Greetings and salutations. It is I, Paul Harvey, Flute Guy. Yes, I am Paul Harvey, and I do know the rest of the story. For those of you familiar with Paul Harvey, the radio man, I've gotten a lot of those jokes, a lot of those comments, and that's okay, because he was a great man, I tell you what. So being associated with that name has certainly been a boon, I think, in most cases. I picked up the Native American style flute, this actual one, just after high school is when I picked this one up in South Dakota. A small little shop there in Keystone at the base of Mount Rushmore. And I walked in and I looked around and I saw it sitting behind the shelf and I just connected. I connected with that instrument. So I picked it up and I started to play it. And I've never touched one of these before. I'd been able to play pretty much any woodwind flute ever since I was about 10 years old. Just pick up an instrument, never had any lessons. Can't read music yet, something I'm looking to improve on. But I picked this up and I just started to play. And the guy that was the owner there, he was like, "Hey, if you play until somebody buys one, I'll give you $100 off." And I was like, "Sweet, sure, why not?" So I played for probably a good 5-6 minutes. Found out that wetting out was a thing. But the guy there said, "You know what? You belong with that instrument, so I'll cut you a deal. I'll give you 60% off." And so I picked it up and brought it home and subsequently kind of let it sit by the wayside. Growing up and stuff, working and everything, life gets a hold of you. And it wasn't until about 2 years ago that I was walking into work. I'm an iron worker, and so new construction. A lot of new construction that I do. I was working on a 40-story tower and whistling as I was walking into work, and I heard this echo, and it was mind-blowing. It was like a 4+ second delay. It was just gorgeous. Huge windows, concrete walls, nothing in it. And I thought, man, this would be a great place to play. So, grabbed my flute, set my phone up on the windowsill, and just played what came to be. And didn't think nothing much of it. I decided to upload it online, and that's when it blew up. It ended up getting several million views throughout a bunch of different social media platforms, and that's what kind of kickstarted me into getting a YouTube channel. So I started a YouTube channel, Paul Harvey, Flute Guy. I got a couple thousand followers now, and just slowly working my way to reach out as many people as I can, because one of the things that I noticed after uploading that video, I got messages from people that were telling me that they had stopped in the middle of, they wanted to kill themselves, and that this music they heard because some friend shared it, and it just lifted them out of depression and settled their soul. And I mean, that is the ultimate gift, I think, is that we can use these instruments to bring peace to people. And that's something that I just love about the Native American flute and other flutes. It just there's a calming about it, a peace that flows from it to the people that listen. And for me, that's the biggest reason to do this. The biggest reason to play is to bring that peace to somebody, to hopefully help them out of a situation that, they're in, and it's a tough time, Been there, done that. Life can get you down. And man, music, and especially this kind of music, it just exudes peace. And so that's what I do. I pray every time I play. I say, "Yeah, just give me peace to pass to somebody else." And so, with that being said, I'll keep this short. I could go on and on, get a long story, but we'll save that for page 2. Those of you familiar with Paul Harvey and the different mannerisms. But here we go. This is by High Spirits, key of A, drone flute. Picked that up again in South Dakota. So I've only got 3 flutes, but I'm working on getting more. So looking forward to that. Thank you very much. Pleasure to be a part of this group. It is 26 degrees out right now, so yay for cold. I tell you what, playing these in the cold, ooh, it's fun.